Good morning, everybody. Hope you are doing really well on this beautiful Sunday morning in Sydney, Australia. It's raining here at the moment. So it's that day where you want to just stay inside and snuggle. Hi, Carolyn. So if you're here, just jump on and say hi and where you're watching from today. And if you're catching the replay later, excellent. I know Sunday mornings, and especially today, it's nice to stay in bed and laze around a bit longer with that rain that's happening outside where we are. So if you are here, say hello for me. And if you're catching the replay, make sure you let me know, #replay as well, and pop any comments in, and I'm happy to get back to you later. But what I wanted to talk to you about this morning was about masculine and feminine energy. Hi, Ellie. And I just wanted to, I've been looking at this in the last, about 6 months, but in the last few weeks, even more so. And it really interests me and intrigues me on how these affect you. Now, I asked in the group yesterday if anyone knew the differences between them. And there were some people that did and some people that weren't sure. And yes, masculine energy is obviously the male type energy, and feminine energy is the female type energy. But there are actions and there are characteristics of each. Yeah, I love this topic too, Ellie. There are characteristics of both, right? And they make us, deal with life and situations and how we cope in different ways. And so for me, it really brought about awareness that a lot of the time I'm in my masculine energy. So masculine energy is the energy that is, the doer, the action taker, the control, the protector. You need to have everything done a certain way. You're driven. They are great things to be like, and we all need those characteristics and attributes at some point in our lives, right? In our day-to-day, in our professional lives. Then we have the feminine energy. Now, the feminine energy is the more vulnerable feeling. You go with the flow. You sometimes are a bit emotional. You're all about love and feelings, and you surrender. The complete opposite to masculine. Now, for people that are constantly in their masculine, that can be something that can create burnout, tiredness, frustration. Hand up if you're resonating with any of these. Pop a comment below. I'm just going to kind of hold off before I continue because it's a lag with the comments. So I just want to see from what I've said so far if you can resonate with any of those things. Are you more masculine or are you more feminine? And generally we tend to go towards one more than the other. Okay? The thing is, we need to kind of bring out about a balance, and we need to start becoming aware of the one that we tend to lean towards all the time. It's even in the little things of how you appear. Do you wear pants all the time, or do you wear skirts and dresses? Do you wear makeup or don't you wear makeup? Do you, spend time on your hair or don't you? I'm just reading what Ellie's written. She said, yes, definitely. We need to be masculine at work and should be feminine at home. Absolutely. And this is where us women who are entrepreneurial women or, have a professional job find it really, really hard to switch off that masculine energy and jump into our feminine energy where we need to be nurtured. Okay, where we need to be the ones that are, I guess, less in control. Okay, so yeah, if you notice that you are one more than the other, just share it with me if you like. And let's just focus on how it makes you feel if you are more one than the other. So that masculine energy, that control, that very black and white, very logical. You've got to fix things. You're the doer, the action taker, all right? You're a go-get-it person. Now, if you're constantly in this all the time, this is when you start to get tired, frustrated, burned out, exhausted. You start to avoid things. You don't want to deal with the world. Can anyone relate to that? All right. So if you're in the feminine all the time, you might feel a little out of control. You might be too emotional, like everything brings up emotions. You can, yeah, okay, Jeanette, you're saying yes, you can relate to that. You feel like, everything's all too hard and you just can't cope and there's all grey and you're just bit out of control, right? So can you see that if you're more one than the other and it's a bit lopsided, you need to bring that balance back because it can affect you in how you deal with life day to day. Ellie's just saying, yes, I now try to take my masculine hat off now before coming home and put my feminine hat on. Yes, awesome. So it's really important to try and get that balance. So first you need to acknowledge and be self-aware of where you sit most of the time. Then you need to ask yourself, okay, what things can I do to tip the balance? All right, and to make it more balanced. And like I said before, if you are someone that is a professional career or an entrepreneur, we tend to be in that masculine a lot, and it's really hard to switch off. And I had a realization the other day. I very rarely wear skirts and dresses. I wear pants a lot of the time. I have very short hair. I hardly ever wear makeup. So for me, what I'm trying to do is start to embrace more of that feminine side. So maybe put some makeup more often. Maybe try and wear a skirt every now and then. When I come home, switch off from the masculine. Okay, and that's difficult too when you work from home. So you've got to find times where you allow yourself to calm, surrender, be vulnerable. Let your husband do stuff for you. Okay. Someone pointed out to me the other day the king and queen analogy, all right, which was really awesome way to think about it when we're talking about relationships. So, you're king and queen, right? If you are always in the king, your partner has to be in the queen. So you need to be able to swap and reverse those roles. Let your husband or your partner be the king for a while. Let him take care of you. Let him make you that cup of coffee or cup of tea. Just allow them to do things for you and see how that changes the balance of your relationship as well. Okay, so you really need to look at the way that you can start embracing that femininity, that feminine side. Ellie says, yes, embrace your femininity. Absolutely. And that's really hard when you're used to being in the masculine all the time, when you're used to having to fix everything and make sure everything's right. But the thing is, when you start to balance out both energies, you actually are more in control of how you feel, how you go about day-to-day situations, because you're not bombarded with this overwhelmingness of like, oh my goodness, another thing to deal with. Oh my goodness, I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, so it's really, really key to start looking at these things. And if this is all really new to you, awesome, go back, watch this again. But start making a list about, all the things that you do that are very masculine and all the things that you do that are very feminine. And you'll notice that one will be more than the other. And then your next step is to go and look at how you can balance that out. Yes, Ellie's just saying the yin and yang. Absolutely. Females are the yin, male is the yang. So law of the universe, absolutely correct. You need to have that balance. Balance is really important, okay? Hey, Julie. So what I wanted to say was, if you're someone that's finding yourself that you're more in the feminine, what types of things can you start doing that'll bring some more masculinity in? Is it that you need to start thinking more with your head than with your heart? Is it that you need to take more action, okay, in your business or in your family or in terms of helping out at home or whatever it is for you, okay? But it's really, really key, hey, Trisha, that you get this balance right. Now, there's never going to be complete balance, okay? And sometimes when things are going on in your life, you will tend to tip one more to the other. But that's when you need to bring up that self-awareness tool, all right, where you start to go, okay, I'm starting to feel like this is all too much. What does that mean? It means maybe you're in that masculine energy too much and you need to take a step back. Another great tip because I know a lot of us on here watching today are very much, professional people and entrepreneurial women that, really are in our masculine a lot of the time, and we need to balance it out. And another tip that I was given, which I love, which I thought is really good, and I've started to embrace because it does make you feel good, is get up one day and just do what you feel for the day. Don't be so structured. Don't be so on schedule. Right, I got to get this done, this done, this done. Have a day where you go, okay, I'm just going to do what I feel today. If I feel like sitting down and watching Netflix all day, that's what I'm going to do. Okay? If I feel like, going for a walk or driving to my favorite place, that's what I'm going to do. Embracing that feminine side for us that are really constantly in the masculine is really important. And watch what happens when you start to do that. Yeah, I need to remind myself too, Julie, because I very much for me, I'm constantly in the masculine with my day job, with my with home, with my home business, my coaching, everything. Like I feel like I'm the person that has to get everything done, that has to control everything, and I need to remember that, hey, I don't need to be that all the time. It's all about self-preservation. It's all about looking after you. And this is how you look after you, by getting that balance correct, all right? Getting the balance so that you feel better. And let me tell you, it really does make you feel better when you start to get that balance right. Who wants to feel burnt out and overwhelmed and frustrated and ugh? No one. But that's your sign to say to you, okay, stop. What am I doing? Am I in that too much in that masculine energy? What do I need to do to go back to my feminine energy? What do I need to go back to that nice flow, easy, love, vulnerable, heartfelt? Okay? So that's my little tip on that. And I'm going to keep talking about, these kind of things in the group because I really think that not everyone is aware about this kind of stuff. And once you understand it, it really helps you to understand why you react the way you react to certain things, what feelings you have about certain things as well. Trisha is saying that, let me just read it. Yes, dance, step in, feel it. Feminine energy is the most powerful energy in the world. We need to embrace it. That's where the true magic lies. Absolutely. You watch when you start to embrace that feminine energy, how things change around you, how things start to flow more easily, how things that you are wanting and manifesting start to come to fruition, because you're giving yourself that time to slow it down, feel into everything. All right. So just a quick recap today. We talked about what masculine energy was, what feminine energy was, how you can get the balance right, how you can also feel when you're too much in both energies as well. All right. Bree says, completely changes the dynamics of relationships when you lean into the feminine energy in a great way. Absolutely. Thank you, Trisha. I'm glad. Yes, you have to be the queen. Absolutely correct. You just need to be aware, and awareness is always key. And I've always said that, once you have that awareness, then you can start to take action and make change. And then the change is going to lead to beautiful things. All right. Change can be scary sometimes, but the end result of change is fabulous. All right, beautiful ladies, thank you so much for jumping on. I hope that you got a lot out of that. If you're catching the replay later today, awesome. Pop any comments you have in the thread, and I'm happy to get back to you on those. And if you want to message me privately also, please feel free to do so. I'm trying to hopefully jump in here every Sunday morning with a live, so that I can just give you some content, some free learning about things that are going to help you take control of things that are in your life and to move forward into a really positive way. So I look forward to seeing you again next week in the group, and have an awesome rest of the Sunday. Bye, everybody.